If you take Mumbai out of Maharashtra, Maharashtra is no better than Bihar or Odisha. With the advent of the GST, state finance ministers have become nothing but inward clerk. All municipal corporations, not only in Maharashtra, everywhere, they are almost bankrupt. They don't have any state resources.
Today, we will talk about politics, but first, what is the state of one of India's preeminent states? In the past 5 years, has the political culture of the state, the administrative efficiency, and economic prosperity of the state been stagnant, or has it deteriorated? I'm going to talk about this and more with one of Maharashtra's and India's most eminent journalists. He's also the editor of one of the state's oldest Marathi language papers, and that is the Loksatta. Please welcome Girish Kuber.
Thank you.
Girish, we are meeting after we've had the Ghatkopar hoarding fall and the deaths, Pune case, Dombivli explosion, Nagpur Madhe in December we had another industrial accident, and I'm just naming a few prominent cases that have happened in Maharashtra. And the Pune case seems to have brought out the worst in this system. What do you make of the state of Maharashtra today?
I mean, actually it shows how the state which was known for its great administration, for its professional services, industrialization, great education scenario, how story is now going back to like any other state, going following like say Bihar or Odisha. It's actually that,
That's quite a big statement.
It is indeed. If you take Mumbai out of Maharashtra, Maharashtra is no better than Bihar or Odisha, and that's a sad state. And that's actually is happening. I mean, we may discuss the reasons, but this reality can't be ignored. Unfortunately, no one wants to see that, but that's what it is.
It is a very shocking statement. When I did my introduction, I kept it a little general because I was still in the zone of observational, anecdotal. But you have followed Maharashtra so closely. Why would you say that?
There are quite a few things. First is too much of fragmentation, political fragmentation. Another issue is social. And the third is kind of a Maharashtra politicians' complete surrender or becoming subservient to Delhi. So the third point we will discuss first, because that has actually impacted Maharashtra's ability to be a wealth creator, one of the preeminent, prominent wealth creator. What has happened, since 1991, after the liberalization, every state became competent. Till then, Mumbai was saving grace for Maharashtra. And every state became competitive. Maharashtra missed. First thing was the IT bus, Not many know that Infosys was born in Pune. It grew.
The founders were in Pune.
In Pune. But somehow Maharashtra missed the IT bus. Afterwards, the service sector somehow helped Maharashtra. But in the last 10 years or so, what has happened, other states are competitive, number one, and center is not exactly friendly.
Then this political narrative that the opposition in Maharashtra is currently making or has made for some time now, that Maharashtra has been deprived of projects and investment, and Gujarat has benefited. You are saying that this is not just a political narrative,
it's a reality.
It's the reality.
And it's not that you can't blame center for everything. It's the lack of initiative from Maharashtra politicians also is equally responsible. I know an industry minister who was holding cultural portfolio also, and the discussion was with one of the leading automobile company, and this gentleman was busy attending Lavani festival in Mumbai and ignoring the investment part, So this also is the reality, but inefficiency of local politicians coupled with Delhi's aggressive push for some other states has its multiplier effect on Maharashtra.
So, and this you're saying is in over the past 5 years or 10 years?
It's 10 years, past 10 years. Past 10 years.
So, completely coinciding with the majority BJP-led NDA government's rule at the center.
Unfortunately, it is so. And the first casualty was International Finance City. It was actually brainchild of Mr. Manmohan Singh. And because of Congress's lackadaisical approach and the slow processing, it didn't take off. Maharashtra was pushing for that. Area was earmarked in the business districts of, the Bandra Kurla complex. But that project didn't go anywhere. Change of government happened at the center and as well as in Maharashtra also. In 2014, BJP Shiv Sena government came to power in Maharashtra and Delhi, the BJP. The project has gone to Gujarat. It's Gift City. Gift City is actually lifted from Mumbai and taken over there. But nothing happened. No Maharashtra politician, no Maharashtra political party opposed. There were no protests. There was nothing. It just went away.
And this is despite the famous double engine sarkar that BJP talks about, right?
True.
So Maharashtra has not just not benefited, it has actually lost out.
It's lost out. They'll end up in Gujarat. Maharashtra tries, but they'll end up. And as a result, what has happened? Maharashtra, which was number 1 or 2 in state GDP, has gone to number 9 now. So there is a direct link. It's not only the perception.
Yes.
Numbers are showing.
Evidence and data to back this up. In fact, I was reading, the global investor Ruchir Sharma, and he said per capita income-wise, Maharashtra is not in the top 10 anymore.
Correct. Yeah. And whatever saving grace Maharashtra even now has is Mumbai. There is a 400% difference between per capita income of Mumbai and a district which is 800 kilometers away from Mumbai, Gadchiroli. See, if you take out this golden triangle, Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, where is the investment coming? Maharashtra was home for automobile. Maharashtra was home for large engineering projects. Maharashtra was known for manufacturing. That is not happening. And we are surviving because of service industry and IT and ITES sector and a large hotel industry which is helping us and those BPOs. That's not a long-term strategy. That can't be.
So this is the economic part of it. Administrative breakdown, would you agree? I mean, I have cited a few examples where the Pune case, the Ghatkopar case, you see how endemic corruption is in the system. So it's police, it's the medical system, it's local level politicians, it's,
True. It's very true. It's very true.
And this is also not something that Maharashtra was known for, right? I mean, again, relatively speaking, administration was much better in the state.
Much better. And what has happened actually, to put it in a very sociological term, it's a lumpenization of politics. So you have local satraps in every small town or wherever, Earlier, if suppose when, say, XYZ investor, his project being cleared by, at a top level by the chief minister, that project would easily come up, no problem from local Johnnies. Now it's not the case. From Mantralaya to the place wherever that project is coming up, you have to have entire chain to be greased. So that is the reason. Currently, there were 2 projects coming up. They were discussing for investment in Maharashtra. One eventually went to neighboring state, and one came up in Mumbai. If you speak to those investors, you will get to know the miseries of investing in Maharashtra and how smoothly the southern state project is going ahead. This actually is the reason, So lack of strong political leadership who had, with some vision, that is completely gone. That is. We have all small timers and part timers and those who cannot think more than beyond 5 years. And that is the real tragedy of Maharashtra. Today's Maharashtra.
But why has the bureaucracy, the police force, we saw when Paramveer Singh was there. I mean, you just have to go through the past 10 years to see, is it Girish, is it the polarization that is there in all walks of life, whether it is judiciary, media, this ideological process, this ideological shift and churn has happened in the last 10 years, and there are some people very much for it, some people very much against it. Has Maharashtra's bureaucracy, police force been affected by that, or is there something else?
No, I mean, the bureaucratic decay is much deeper actually. And even the media also, we can't single out only one section. It's all about when everyone starts believing or becoming part of the establishment, that's the serious issue. Bureaucracy of Maharashtra was not the case. I have seen top bureaucrats refusing to take calls from the central minister for the larger cause, But now they are what can we say? Other side of the coin, the political coin. They are part of the establishment. See, the great example I can cite is of a large ACZ project which was to come up in Mumbai. You have a business journalism background. You can so overnight, over a dozen top officials from the state government they resigned and they joined that particular group. One of the topmost officials of who was like, say, chief secretary, I'm not naming, but just to get the idea, he resigned today. Very next day, he was the head of that particular project. So when you have this kind of mechanism and you are seeing rewarding such people, why would one be? I mean, there is actually, forget the incentive. To be honest, it's disincentive. You are doing disservice to encouraging those who are willing to be pliable and those who are willing to do whatever you want, and that's the reason. So decay is all overall. It can't be only one particular section. We can say this is only going down. It's all societal. It's applicable to politics. It's applicable to the social issues. It's applicable to state's economy. And bureaucracy, and of course the media also.
So Girish, I'm going to quote you back to you, but I really thought that this is such a powerful way that you communicated some of what you're saying. And to quote you, you said, the magnificent mess of Maharashtra politics is looking farcical and tragic at the same time. Farcical because even the heads of various political parties are clueless about who stands with whom and what lies ahead. And tragic because it is the state and its people who are the real losers in the seemingly unstoppable Lilliputization of its political leaders. So it's the political class. Squarely to blame
100%
for everything that is wrong with Maharashtra today.
And the reason I say is because the whole political philosophy of having someone very strong in Delhi and everybody else completely subservient to that persona or the political party or whoever. Actually, the idea of federal structure, federalism, it's not the way what we are witnessing today.
And how interesting that you're saying that the federal structure has been weakened in a state where actually the party at the center and the state were the same.
Yes. So why it's happening? It's again very interesting. See, I mean, Dr. Ambedkar in the Constitution, what he has written is like states are not what you call subservient to Parliament. They all are equal to Parliament. They have their own rights of taxation. And one of the reasons I see, and not many like to say such things, is the GST. With the advent of the GST, state finance ministers have become nothing but inward clerk. So entire state's ability to tax and generate revenue has been taken over by the center. This is one aspect. And the philosophy of having one party rule from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, this is the genesis of current state of affairs in Maharashtra and in many other states. Why so? Because, I mean, this is highly impossible for a Maharashtra chief minister who also is from the same party which is ruling at the center to question center on financial issues or economic issues. So they all just keep quiet. So the larger picture, it's not only about Maharashtra, it's about the federal structure. And this Lilliputization is part of the overall one man matters kind of a policy, So no one has any choice, no one has any voice, and no one is heard. Whatever is being told from the center, everybody just implement.
Courtesy the Mumbai Press Club, I was in a small conversation with Mumbai South MP Arvind Sawant, and he's actually telling people in the audience, if you're in Mumbai and you live here, you must care for this place, you're a Mumbaiker. Okay, then we saw the massive outreach to Mumbai's and perhaps even Maharashtra's Muslim community that has happened in these elections. We have also seen a very cosmopolitan nature of the. We knew the Thackerays were urban and cosmopolitan, but it was carefully hidden. But now that is out there, and we are also hearing about an inclusive Hindu identity. So the tiger has changed its stripes.
Yeah, you are right. Till now, till BJP kicked them out or whatever happened between the BJP and Shiv Sena, till then Shiv Sena was anything but a political party. It was an organization basically masquerading as a political force, and the organization was also basically lumpens brought under one umbrella for some cause. So Shiv Sena, the history unfortunately is not going to bring any glory to that particular party. This is the only party, by the way, which has happily shooed away its own vote base in Mumbai. I'm talking about a mill strike, that 10-year mill strike between 1980 to 1990, led by Datta Samant. To sabotage Datta Samant's leadership, Shiv Sena in those days helped mill owners, which were obviously the what you call Marwadis and the community.
So not the sons of the soil in that sense.
Exactly, and which Shiv Sena espouses promises to be. What happened during 10 years? Almost all mills closed. And those working in the mills were traditional sons of soil and Marathi, called Marathi Manus. Everybody went away from Mumbai, So now Mumbai, the Shiv Sena's birthplace, which it's trying to control, trying to manage with its whatever little power it has. Out of 36 assembly segments in Mumbai, there are as many as 26 segments where Maharashtrians are not in majority. So when you have majority of constituencies where your own voter is not in majority. So that's how the inclusiveness was forced on Shiv Sena. So the sons of soil, the Marathi Manus, that Shiv Sena's face, Shiv Sena's argument, it had to give up because there was no Marathi Manus left in sizable numbers in Mumbai. So Shiv Sena was compelled to don this wider umbrella, and it has done very smartly. The next generation, some credit should be given to Aditya, because I find it so funny, Shiv Sena having a discussion on global warming. It was completely for that Shiv Sena, which was like Patthar Maro to, happy doing that, you know. But that transformation is happening now.
Also, would I be right in saying that, when this split was engineered a bit within the Shiv Sena and Eknath Shinde and a bunch of them came out, we did not see the kind of Patthar Maro violence which is associated with the Shiv Sena's grassroots workers. Why? How do you explain that? So I've always wondered why that is.
We can talk about Bhujbal's defection from Shiv Sena. There were almost like riot-like situation. Nothing happened.
So why?
This generation change and Shiv Sena giving up its there is in transformation there is a period when you are neither here nor there, So Shiv Sena trying to become urban, trying to become more accommodative. So at one point I remember I writing this way, if too much of an discussion, panel discussion, academy getting into Shiv Sena will become B team of the BJP. Because Shiv Sena, it's not in its genes, Nobody reacted. And just imagine a situation, or Bal Thackeray's era, when you have your own chief minister and when your own ministers defect and they happily go to Surat and then to Guwahati and nothing happens. That is completely unheard of.
Today, in terms of a voter base, how do you see Maharashtra's electorate react to the Shiv Sena Thackeray
See,
faction?
overall, I don't see any kind of a reaction from large number of voters. But in Shiv Sena pockets, yes, there is a reaction. And Shiv Sena has a unique ability to react when put to a corner, I mean, when there is... genetically, if you remember Shiv Sena's history, it's excellent in playing up the victimhood. So after a long time, Shiv Sena is basically not meant to be part of establishment,
Yeah.
So when you say that somebody is taking your party away, somebody is snatching your whatever, so that works for Shiv Sena. So if you look at Shiv Sena's history, earlier there were South Indians who were taking away Maharashtrians' job. Then came Gujaratis and all that, So Maharashtrians are becoming victims of someone else is the narrative Shiv Sena likes to sell, and that works in its pockets.
And it will continue to work, you think?
It has to. It has to. It is going to work, definitely.
You think in these elections?
In these elections.
So you're saying that with the traditional Shiv Sena supporter, the Shiv Sena UBT is the real Shiv Sena?
It is the real Shiv Sena, and I will not be surprised. 3 months down the line, we have state assembly elections. And after parliamentary election, if Uddhav Thackeray emerges as someone as a central to all political thoughts and isms, I will not be surprised. And that will be a big transformation of Shiv Sena as a party and Uddhav Thackeray as a leader, with Sharad Pawar fading away and this man rises.
And you're seeing this play out in this fashion. I it's very interesting. I'm going to again refer to something you've written, which is that Eknath Shinde has emerged rather stronger than anybody had expected him to be. And you've written that, he seems quite canny, and even the Maratha reservation issue, you have said that there, you made some connections. So people should join the dots you have implied. So what is his relevance going forward if you're saying that he's managed to hold his own despite the fact that the BJP thought he would be the most dispensable?
No, but again, for this, credit should go to BJP. BJP wanted, and even now, till assembly election, wants Eknath Shinde to succeed. They have devised a new strategy of taking on rivals in a very unique way. They have their own family members from the, like say, what Ajit Pawar is doing. What Ajit Pawar is doing to Sharad Pawar, even the BJP couldn't do to him, Same is with Uddhav Thackeray. So they have taken out one of his right-hand men, who was managing, controlling party. And the interesting information we should share is that when Uddhav Thackeray was chief minister, likes of Kirit Somaiya and those, they had corruption allegations against everyone in the government except one person, that is Eknath Shinde. And who was controlling the most important portfolio, revenue rich, and who could dole out contracts to big real estate players, and there was no single allegations. So there was a nice grooming of this particular leader by the BJP, because they knew to cut Shiv Sena, you have to have some Shiv Sainik to help, and that's how the reason of Eknath Shinde's success. And
but now has he sort of emerged out of his groomer's shadow? Is that seems to be what your analysis is?
That's exactly it happens. When you
but and it has happened in this case.
It has happened in this case. And why we can say so with so much confidence is that the main character of this entire Maratha agitation, Jarange Patil, he had criticism, he had abused everyone from the government except Eknath Shinde. So looking at the larger picture, the way Eknath Shinde handled this agitation, and the funniest thing, even today no one knows who ordered Lathi charge on those.
You've written about that.
I mean, this is something very unique,
A movie can be made about things.
Manoj Jarange was nowhere till that particular action from the government.
So he will continue to be relevant?
I doubt.
Despite being quite politically shrewd.
Because BJP won't need him now. BJP's the main purpose was to split Shiv Sena, to weaken Thackerays, and they have succeeded in. So it's by use by date, kind of a for BJP everyone comes with expiry date.
One quick question we have to ask about Raj Thackeray, which is, I saw the Prime Minister's rally in Mumbai before we went to polls here, and he was a very subdued person, just credited the Prime Minister for the Ram Mandir and said, that Kashmir, Ram Mandir, these are big Hindu aspirations and they have been delivered, and so he supports him. Completely not the Raj Thackeray we know, and definitely obviously not the Raj Thackeray who's for years now targeted the Prime Minister. Help me understand what the relevance is. Just the Thackeray name for the BJP?
That is one. But for Raj Thackeray, his entire mission is not to make his party grow. His entire lifelong kind of a one-point agenda is to cut Uddhav to size. So, had Uddhav been on that side, he would have been on this side. There is nothing more than that. And also add to it some ED cases and all that stuff,
that explains it.
That explains everything.
Right. So, where does Maharashtra go from here? You think these 48 seats, we saw voter turnout in Mumbai was just a little over 52%. Maharashtra was pretty similar to last time. What was the mood of the electorate, you would say?
So, this is the first election, I think, in my career which I have seen. It was issueless, number one. Number two is there were 48 elections, not one election. So, every constituency had their own issues, social combinations. The leadership and the corruption and that kind of a political agenda. It's very unique thing, because there was no statewide one fiber you can find in all 48 constituencies. In Western Maharashtra, issues were different than the Northern Maharashtra, where farmers were agitating for onion prices. Vidarbha had different issue. So, this is something I had never seen, and this is in a way worrying also, because when you have so wide a fracture, where is the state going? There is no statewide leadership emerging from any other party except what we have since last 60 years, Sharad Pawar. So, here is something Maharashtra will have to take note of where it stands now from here onwards. When southern states are increasingly getting aggressive, pushing their own cases, and when center is not so friendly for the state, I think this election will that way be very important from Maharashtra's future point of view.
And do you you mentioned Sharad Pawar, and you can I think it's a dead giveaway how much time I spent talking about the Shiv Sena that I'm a Mumbai guy. But Sharad Pawar and his political future and the split that's happened, how do you analyze that?
I think if there is one person who has enjoyed this election, it's Sharad Pawar. He actually enjoyed it because there is nothing to lose now. Whatever worst was to happen, it has happened. So he was in the field to prove his point. And if just imagine a situation, if the split NCP faction, Ajit Pawar fails to get even a single seat, what will be his future in the BJP? And if this man proves that what he wanted to prove, so his standing, he continues to be a man in the game now also. And he's that's what I had written in a piece in Express. BJP miscalculated two things: Ajit Pawar's strength and Sharad Pawar's tenacity. Ajit Pawar was pinned down in only one constituency because his wife was contesting, and Sharad Pawar was going all over Maharashtra. So this election will set that tone, and that's why I feel out of this all political forces available, it looks like Uddhav Thackeray may emerge as someone to look forward, because
as the next big leader from Maharashtra.
Yes.
That's your...
Yeah. Because that's what 3 months down the line we have state elections, and he's becoming a kind of a rallying point. He's happy with Congress. Congressmen also are happy with him. NCP is already extended Sharad Pawar support to him. Congress doesn't have any issue with Uddhav Thackeray and all those secular and all
Yeah.
those things have now left behind, you know.
What about Mumbai not having BMC elected corporators, no elections for over 2 years? How detrimental has that been to the city?
It is. Because there is, for common citizen, there is no one to go to. It's more than 2 years now. And unfortunately, it's not only Mumbai. There are 200 plus municipal bodies and say 23, 24 municipal corporations like Mumbai. Thane doesn't have its own local civic government. Pune doesn't have. Aurangabad, you name a city and it doesn't have. And this actually explains why this ruling dispensation kept on delaying local elections. One by-election result in Pune, which went against the
them.
BJP, they haven't done any election. I mean, at one point, even High Court had to tell the state government, you know, I mean, you have to hold by-election.
Yeah, but for these elections, is it not, isn't there anything statutory that says you've got to hold, you can't not have elections?
Yeah, it is actually. But then when you can manage everything, you can manage everything, you know. No one is talking about such kind of a dilemma, you know, where there is no local self-government. And that's why the reference to GST was made, you know, because all municipal corporations, not only in Maharashtra, everywhere, they are almost bankrupt. They don't have any state resources, any resources from their own, generated from their own ways, you know, for their own kitty. Everything comes from the center. And this actually works well for those who are controlling power, because you are managing Mumbai, which is having like on its own 42,000 crore budget, bigger than 6 states, forget northeastern one, even the other smaller states also. And there is no one to rule. So the best way is...
And it's administered by the chief minister directly.
All big cities are administered by the chief minister. They have these local development authorities. It's like MMRDA, PMRDA. And those bodies are run by officials who are reporting to the CMO. That's actually against the grain of democracy, you know, because there is no one. Like say what happened in Pune or Mumbai or Dombivli. There is no one to approach for common citizen. And officials, howsoever he or she can be efficient, but there is no link between
people and the administration.
It's not. Chemistry doesn't work. It's easy to go to Nagar Seva. It's not that they were doing some great service to the society. It's not. But still they're approachable, you know. And this 10 to 5 babus beyond a point, they are not. And that's why the entire amendment and the concept of 3-tier democracy, one layer has already been chopped off.
How do you see the outcome? Those 48 MPs who are supposed to be so critical to the national tally?
Yeah. I think going by the train and kind of a descent within the BJP ranks, RSS faction, BJP will find it extremely difficult to retain their number. They were 42 last time, you know, out of 48. 41 plus 1. So anywhere closer, it looks like it's out of question. And there are a couple of other things that have happened, you know. Opposition was united, number one. There is in every election, there is one character, one party that works as a spoiler, you know. In Maharashtra, that was Prakash Ambedkar and Owaisi. He was completely neutralized. He was not active. And in fact, I will not be surprised if there is some different result in his own constituency, you know. So Maharashtra, and the third factor is strategic voting by minorities. That is something
that will emerge very clearly.
Very clearly. So Congress and NCP uniting, all rallying around Uddhav Thackeray and all that, you know. So that looks like a defining movement from a political point of view in Maharashtra.
Well, Girish, thank you so much for your time and for explaining the context of what is happening here in Maharashtra. here's hoping that the state regains
Yeah.
its preeminence, because growing up when you said you were from Maharashtra, it
Yeah.
meant a lot.
Yeah.
We have to regain that. So it was lovely
Absolutely.
to hear you analyze how and why things have gone wrong. Any closing words from you for the people of Maharashtra?
I hope they understand, they give importance to economic issues than looking at this time pass politics, and I also hope we have politicians who can look beyond 5 years of that term, and having an overall sense of development which we lack. Also is the fear, and which is now actually is coming out in true the local what do you call, the political extortion. I hope there will be someone who can actually stop that. Otherwise, industry is not happy to come to Maharashtra, and that's a big loss. That's going to be a big loss.
Okay. On those words, which food for thought, and everybody needs to think about. Thank you, Girish. We'll keep talking.
Thank you.
Thank you.